Oh my! Giant ice balls and mushrooms, getting an X-ray to buy a new pair of shoes, quacking dinosaurs, and cats that don't appreciate dog food. Yeah, go figure. Well, get ready for these facts and more to change the way you see the world. Feeding your cat dog food isn't a good idea. It lacks particular vitamins and nutrients. They are critical for your furry friend to stay healthy. But occasionally, my cat Olive sneaks one piece of kibble from my dog Riley's dish. I guess just because. Speaking of cats, some of them might be allergic to their owners. But that's a rare case since people don't shed as much hair as animals. At Microsoft headquarters, there's a room named the quietest in the world. Because of its special design, there's no echo. Okay, that's funny. Turn that off, please? Thanks. Inside this strange room, you can hear the sound of your breathing. Your heartbeat seems too loud for your ears. If you wanted to burn 1 calorie by clicking a computer mouse, it would take you more than 11 days. You'd have to click it 10 million times. Nope, not a great workout. Around 400 million years ago, nature wasn't so rich in plants and trees. But there were giant mushrooms up to 24 feet in height. Toe wrestling is actually a competitive sport. Every year they hold a championship in London. But for some reason, the Olympic Committee turned toe wrestling down. It turned out that they just couldn't decide if it was a winter or summer sport. In 1898, 14 years before Titanic sailed off, a novel about a ship called Titan came out. The ship in the book sank after striking a – wait for it – iceberg. That's just too weird. So, drop 2 soft drink cans in the lake. The can of regular Coke sinks to the bottom. The can of Diet Coke floats to the top. That's because diet soda contains less sweetener. This makes it less dense. Back in the day, it was difficult to have the edges and the middle of a pie equally baked. That's why bakers started to make holes inside donuts. Most of the fat you lose gets converted into carbon dioxide and leaves your body through your lungs. Yes, you can just breathe your fat away. Your phone has 7 times more bacteria on it than a toilet seat. Wow. That's because most people take their gadgets everywhere, including the loo. Now, so far, I haven't seen any hacks about using your smartphone as a toilet paper replacement. However, keep watching this space. People walked on the moon several decades ago, but their footprints are still there, and they won't disappear anytime soon. There's no atmosphere on our natural satellite, and no wind will wipe the footprints away. On average, a fluffy cloud that floats in the sky weighs 1 million pounds. That's more than 300 adult giraffes. So, just don't be under it when it starts raining giraffes. Déjà vu is a feeling that you've already experienced something before. But there's also déjà rêve. That's when you feel like you've already had a dream about the situation you're in now. Louis XIX was the King of France for less than 20 minutes. At the beginning of the 20th century, shoe stores used fluoroscopes to take X-rays of clients' feet. Based on the image, they selected perfectly fitting footwear. Archaeologists claim that around 60 million years ago, there were penguin species that grew taller than 6 feet. It rains fish in a small town in Honduras every year. Scientists haven't figured out why it happens yet, but I'm guessing those fish probably don't drink regular Coke. The blocks used to build the Great Wall of China had a secret ingredient that held them together. It was sticky rice added to the standard mixture of lime and water. The tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, was designed to resemble a desert flower called spider lily. There is a fitness activity called Box Arena. It combines boxing and ballet. It lets you get both stronger and more graceful at the same time. What, all while you're slugging the person next to you? Scientists believe that at least some dinosaurs didn't roar. Instead, they produce sounds similar to a duck quacking or a pigeon cooing. Wow, Jurassic Park would sound really cuter. In Japan, people sometimes use mayo as an ice cream topping or put it on pancakes. The main reason why most planes are white is that this color reflects sunlight better than any other. This prevents planes from overheating. Buckingham Palace isn't just a huge building. It's more like a mini-town with its own post office and zip code. It's SW1A1AA, in case you want to drop a letter to the Queen. A cleft chin and freckles are the result of gene mutations. The smell of green apples can ease claustrophobia. It makes rooms feel larger than they really are. The blue whale has the biggest animal heart in the world. It weighs 400 pounds, like 3 kangaroos. The organ is so big that you can hear it beat from 2 miles away. The Eiffel Tower is made of iron, which expands when heated and contracts when it's cold. That's why during warm weather, the tower can get up to 6 inches taller. It also leans slightly away from the sun. Snakes can predict earthquakes. They sense a disaster coming up to 5 days in advance and from 75 miles away. They usually start acting erratically, leaving their nests. You can't sneeze during sleep. Your brain shuts down this reflex. If something like dust or animal hair triggers the need to sneeze, you'll have to wake up first. The world's record for solving the Rubik's Cube is 3.47 seconds. But it took the architecture professor who invented this puzzle a whole month to do it. Speaking of world records, the Guinness Book of Records gets stolen from public libraries much more often than any other book. Margins, where you write notes, used to be a way to save information in books from rats and mice. These rodents were famous for eating around the edges of everything they could find, including paper. You can enjoy window seat views on the plane thanks to a little hole, which prevents the glass from fogging. It also regulates a huge pressure difference inside and outside the plane. There's a rare genetic mutation that adds an extra retinal cone in the eyes. This allows certain people to see 100 million colors. Your feet have 250,000 sweat glands and can produce more than half a pint of sweat during a day. Is that you? There are up to 14 elements in each strand of your hair, including nanoparticles of gold. Lightning doesn't have any sort of memory. There are known cases where the same building was hit more than once. If all cats suddenly disappeared, Earth would quickly become overrun by rodents. Mice and rats would spread disease, wipe out ground-nesting birds, and probably destroy all grain supplies. Now, you can't bring a snow globe in your carry-on while traveling by plane. It contains more liquid than the allowed amount. The fastest train in the world is the Shanghai Maglev. It levitates over the magnetic field between the train and track, and its maximum speed reaches 268 miles per hour. Peanut butter is rich in carbon. That's why it can be turned into diamonds. But don't rush to your fridge just yet. It's possible only with special lab equipment. After domestication, dogs develop 2 muscles above their eyes to raise the eyebrows. It helps dogs maintain better eye contact with their owners, making their face more expressive. The food you eat on a plane might not be that tasty, because dry air and low pressure reduce your taste bud sensitivity. Taking a hot bath burns 130 calories, just like a 30-minute walk. Beats the heck out of clicking that stupid mouse button, huh? A gap on the toilet seat, which makes it look like the letter U, is there because of the plumbing codes. Since 1995, all public toilets must have open seats. Sharks are great swimmers because their skeleton isn't made of bones. It consists of cartilage and muscle. You can see a rainbow at night. It appears because of moonlight and is called… well, write your guess down in the comments. The correct term for the hashtag symbol is octothorpe. The name refers to the symbol's 8 points. Bats are the only mammals that can fly. Flying squirrels can actually do it. They glide. You wouldn't be able to walk on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are made of gas and don't have any solid surface. You can't walk on the sun either because it's too hot, so it's better to try that at night. Phoneagnosia is an inborn inability to recognize the voices of people you know. The fluids in your stomach can dissolve a razor blade. Luckily, a special lining protects the stomach from eating through itself. It would take you more than 210 days, at a speed of 46 miles per hour, to get to the moon by car. Fun fact, huh? There are only 2 escalators in the entire state of Wyoming, even though its population is more than 500,000 people. So, everyone is instead climbing the corporate ladder? Gee, I don't know. Just like people, giraffes have only 7 bones in their neck, but each vertebra can be as long as 10 inches. In 2016, Western Siberia's residents saw thousands of giant ice balls along the shore of the Yamal Peninsula. They appeared thanks to a rare phenomenon. Strong winds picked up snow and rolled it into balls. Some of them were up to 3 feet in diameter. Oh, there's a bad joke there, but I gotta go. See ya.